It's time for show and tell. As you can see, we've got a fine item here on the table. Now, B, tell us what this is.
This is an Atari 2600.
You're actually
Wrong.
Because
I actually noticed that, because why would it have a color and black and white TV type and it also say Telegames on it?
Well, the Atari 2600 did have the color black and white TV type, but this is actually a Sears Telegames video arcade.
This is a rip-off Atari 2600?
It's not a rip-off. This was, of course, Atari was kind of like the first, console as far as cartridge changing. This is an Atari 2600, but when it was sold at Sears, it got a different label. Telegames. There's no Atari logo on here whatsoever.
I see that.
And the front, I think the front of the real 2600s has the Atari logo.
Yeah.
This says Video Arcade.
It would be cool if I would have brought mine, because I actually do have somewhere buried is the actual Atari, but I have no idea.
But there's also lots of 2600s. The first model that came out, I'm not sure of the year, they call it the Heavy Sixer. It had 6 switches instead of 4. Then in 1980, when this came out, it had the 4 switches, and they moved the other 2 switches to back here.
But he did his research.
Oh, I know my shit. And then in 1982, they had the Darth Vader model, which was this without the wood grain. It's all black, and they called it the Darth Vader.
I thought maybe
it was like a Star Wars theme.
I was seriously willing to
That's
spend
cool.
my entire income tax refund to buy one.
Well, the thing is even though this is a Telegames video arcade, it doesn't appear to be any less. Which would mean that there's less of these than the real Atari 2600s, but it doesn't appear to be worth any more.
Really? You think that would be a bit more rare?
I would think so.
Can I touch one of the buttons?
You can, yeah.
Oh, I broke it.
It all works good. Yep. I've actually been playing this all week.
Well, it's just so funny because I see this and it just brings back so many memories. My uncle had an Atari 2600, and this is where there are.
Oh Jesus!
There are a lot. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. There are probably maybe I might be wrong. There might be a lot of viewers who don't really remember playing this because we're at a certain age. But this just makes me laugh because I did not realize this was on here. Channel 2 or 3. Because every time you it was whether it was your Nintendo or your VCR or whatever, you're like, I can't figure it out. Inevitably, someone behind you would be like, put it on channel 3.
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, channel 3.
Well, what's really weird about
That
this
was
is
cool
it's
thing.
channel 2 or 3, and usually by the mid to late 80s, everything was 3 or 4.
Right.
Because a lot of TVs, after a while, didn't have channel 2.
And then you've got your difficulty here.
And that only works on some games.
Your A and B or novice. This is quite possibly, this is an original. Is this original?
Oh yeah, I just cleaned it.
This is one of my favorite games ever. Frogger.
I have that and I have that, but I do not have these.
I just bought Frogger actually
so much
from
of that game.
I just bought Frogger from Shandy's Music and More here in town.
Really?
They're actually really good with when you got old games and stuff. I remember seeing a lot of old stuff there.
Now, okay, the fact that it's sold at Sears and it goes by a different name, I mean that would be like if today Walmart had their own Wii.
Or
okay, we'll sell the Wii, but it's got to be under a different name. And some other weird things about names is this game here, Donkey Kong Jr. The first thing that caught my attention was it's made by Coleco. Coleco was a competitor for the Atari 2600, or eventually became the competitor. Yeah, 2600. Another interesting thing is it's by Nintendo. So you've got a Nintendo game made by Coleco for the 2600.
Right.
That would be like if Sony made a Mario game for the Xbox.
Right.
Which you're not going to see that nowadays. And speaking of which, here is a Mario game.
I saw that
for the Atari.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Most people think the first Mario game is Super Mario Brothers, but it's actually Mario Brothers.
I know, I thought it was.
Which was this arcade game. The original... Oh shit, I didn't start the timer.
I'm sorry.
Well, this is
it's got the stuff on the back.
now you had told me about this that this is really this game. If you don't and never had played the original, most people haven't. Is pretty much what you would get from Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah, if you've ever played Super Mario Brothers 3, when you're on the map screen and somebody has left like if you're playing 2-player and they left their little L or M, and when you go over it and
I read the English.
and you hit the button and whatever, and they play
Wow.
a game. There's a sub game on Mario 3, which is Mario Brothers.
You will notice by looking at this image, if you know what we're
Wicked
talking, that's
old.
what it looks like, and good gamers know what that image
The
is.
Atari version is clearly not as good as the arcade.
yeah.
Right.
I
Oh my
like
gosh.
the English and the way it
I
says,
just like the description. Mario.
it really
The carpenter.
It's not even it's not even the real way that Mario is interpreted now.
No.
Well, no, he's a plumber.
Right.
Yeah.
Mario, the carpenter, and his brother Luigi are at it again. This time they're battling a barrage
Again?
of crawling pests in a house full of surprises. Help Mario brave the battle alone, or team up with a friend for a two-brother battle. Sounds like you're fighting
Is
brothers.
there a game before
Well, no,
this?
you guys.
I will read it in Dutch!
No, you won't. I
makes
also
it
like
seem like there's
that
a-
Mario's
another game.
wearing blue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, the
Luigi's-
original Mario was inverted colors.
Yeah, and the first Mario was Donkey Kong. You played as Mario
Right.
on Donkey Kong.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, B, what game? You're a video game fan, right? What game are you currently obsessed with?
Am I currently obsessed with?
Yes.
You know the answer to this.
Let's hear the
It's
answer.
Halo 4.
Halo.
Oh, Christ.
Okay.
He's going to pull something out that's like reminiscent of... Oh! Oh, God! I just nutted. Oh my God, that is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
You just made B jealous.
What the fuck, dude?
Comes complete
I gotta
with
admit,
instruction manual.
I'm pretty jealous too. You told me about this the other night, and I kept
This-
the secret. But
What the fuck? How is this possible?
This is Halo 2600. It's a home. It's made by Atari Age, programmed by Eddie Fries. I've done a little bit of research. What I understand is Eddie Fries helped in some way. He was a VP or something. He had something to do with Bungie.
Oh, okay.
And this game was made in 2010.
oh yeah, I think
As-
it was he had something to do with Bungie integrating into being a Microsoft company.
I think so. Yeah, it had something to do with Bungie and Microsoft. And this game was created for a classic gaming gaming expo.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's made in a real cartridge, and it plays on the 2600, and it's actually
I haven't seen it yet.
it's actually a pretty fun game.
That is that's amazing. This is amazing. This is this
Let's
is
show
seriously they got the
Look at
enemies
this.
list. Oh, he's
God.
on the table.
Nice.
Look at that. That's the
got-
enemy. That's a grunt.
That's
That little
cool
smudge
as
of
hell.
a what? That an elite? A brute?
I just think it's...
Turd? That's a gun? What the hell is that?
Did you never play Atari?
I mean, this is yeah. It's like you just gave me a time machine, but then altered reality because now Halo's on the Atari, and it's like I'm confused and shocked, and I'm George Bush right now. I'm shock and awe.
That is a very cool find.
It's actually a really fun game, and I played it a little bit the other day. I could definitely tell that if the game had existed back then, it would have been one of the ones that everybody's, as soon as you bring up Atari, they're like, "Oh, did you have Halo?"
Oh yeah,
Like, because it plays so well.
We're gonna
Of course, it's made by. I mean, it looks like shit compared to today's standards,
Well,
but it's a
still.
fun game. Atari is about gaming, not
I'll have to
about
take a
looking
photo of
awesome.
that.
I gotta get a picture of this right fucking
Yeah,
now.
we'll be both snapping random shots of this. It'll probably be posted on our Facebook and our other stupid stuff that we do online.
Fuck off!